I stepped onto the mysterious path, my heart pounding in anticipation. The path was shrouded in darkness, and I could barely make out the trees and shrubs that lined its edges. I could feel something strange in the air, and I had no idea what I would find at the end of the path. I took a deep breath and stepped forward, determined to find out what lay ahead. As I continued down the mysterious path, I soon encountered a variety of animals. A friendly deer grazed nearby, a rabbit hopped across the path, and a fox watched me from a distance. I cautiously approached the animals, but they seemed unafraid. I was amazed that they allowed me to get so close. I felt a sense of peace and wonder as I watched the animals interact with each other and the environment around them. It was a magical moment, and I felt grateful to have experienced it. The group continued their journey, and soon arrived at the entrance of the cave. As they stepped inside, they were overwhelmed by the darkness and the eerie silence. They could feel the dampness and the chill of the air. Everyone was a bit hesitant to take the next step, but the leader of the group encouraged them to keep going. With a deep breath, they all stepped forward, further into the cave. As they went deeper, they noticed the walls becoming slicker and the air becoming thicker. The group was determined to make it to the end of the cave. The tour had come to an end, and it was time to say goodbye. After an exciting journey through the cave, our group of adventurers had made it to the end. We had seen some incredible sights and made some unforgettable memories along the way. As we said our goodbyes, we all knew that this experience would stay with us forever. We hugged each other goodbye and vowed to stay in touch, knowing that we had all shared something special. It was a bittersweet moment, but we were all thankful for the incredible adventure we had just been on. As I ventured further down the mysterious path, I began to feel a sense of unease. Suddenly, I heard a loud voice in the distance warning me to turn back. I stopped in my tracks, unsure of what to do. I looked around, but could only see the dense foliage of the forest. The voice echoed again, this time more urgent, and I began to feel a chill run down my spine. I knew I had to heed the warning and turn back, so I reluctantly began to make my way back up the path. I had no idea what had been waiting for me down the path, but I knew I had made the right decision. The dark, looming castle appeared before us, its tall walls and towers casting a shadow over the land. We approached slowly, unsure of what awaited us inside. As we got closer, we could make out the intricate designs and decorations that adorned the walls and the large, ornate doors that guarded the entrance. We were filled with a sense of dread and anticipation as we stepped through the threshold and into the unknown. The person continued down the path, and soon heard a faint singing coming from the trees. As they got closer, they could make out small figures in the shadows of the trees, and realized they were elves. The elves stopped singing and stared at the person with curiosity, their large eyes reflecting the moonlight. They seemed to regard the person with a mixture of caution and curiosity. The person felt a strange sense of familiarity and comfort in their presence, and knew that they were safe. The fairies were the most mysterious and enchanting of all the magical creatures. They were small and delicate, with wings of shimmering iridescent hues. They were fond of playing pranks and often had mischievous streaks. Though they could be quite intimidating, they were also kind and generous, and were always willing to help those in need. As soon as the group of adventurers arrived, the fairies welcomed them with open arms. They offered them gifts of food, drink, and even a magical spell to help them on their journey. The magic spell was a powerful enchantment that was used to protect the elves and fairies from any harm. It was said to be so strong that it could ward off any danger that threatened the magical realm. The spell was cast by the most powerful of wizards and was said to be unbreakable. It was believed that the spell could only be broken by the most powerful of magical beings. The spell was meant to keep the magical creatures safe and sound, and it worked. With the powerful spell in place, the elves and fairies were able to live in peace and harmony. The welcome party was an incredible sight to behold. The elves had decorated the entire forest with colorful banners and lanterns, and a grand feast was laid out for the visitors. Everyone was dressed in their finest attire, and the atmosphere was filled with joy and merriment. Fairies had crafted a beautiful song to honor the guests, and the elves danced and sang along. The night was filled with laughter and stories, and it was clear that the two groups had managed to bridge the gap between them and form a strong bond. It was a night to remember, and one that would remain in everyone's hearts forever. The person was taken on a tour of the magical forest by the elves and fairies, who showed them the wonders of their home. They were shown the vibrant plants and animals, the mysterious crystal pools, and the majestic trees that seemed to reach up to the heavens. The person felt a deep connection to the land and its inhabitants, and the tour was an unforgettable experience. As the tour came to an end, the person was left feeling both enchanted and humbled by the beauty of the forest. The tour was just the beginning of the adventure. As we left the tour guide behind, we began to explore the unknown. We didn't know what to expect, but the anticipation of what lay ahead filled us with excitement. We walked through the winding paths, taking in the sights and sounds of the unfamiliar terrain. With each step, we felt closer to the unknown and further from the safety of the tour. Our journey had begun, and we were ready to take on whatever lay ahead.
If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from us. We'll be bringing you more exciting stories and videos like this one. See you next time.